Heading into our games of the week, we're going to start off with I guess you could say a podcast favorite. We're going to dive straight into Ole Miss on the road, going to Bama. I'm going to let y'all lead it off. Either one of y'all can go if y'all want to. It is a 3:30 game CBS. You're on primetime slot. What y'all got?
That is Sean.
Oh, man, so much disappointment. Let me start with this. Has any of y'all heard that Milroe might have been suspended last week? Have y'all heard that at all? I'm hearing it a lot. Like it wasn't like, Nick was they were able to spin it into, okay, let's see if we can get Buckner on the field and get Ty Simpson on the field or whatever case may be. But, I was calling for Milroe. Buckner's, he's so bad. Oh my God. We ain't got a backup. We don't even have a backup. Okay. The offensive line, I don't even know if they're real big, but I don't know if we have one. I don't know. I'm so confused. I'm rooting for my team. I want Alabama to win this football game. I don't know if they can. Ole Miss, Lane Kiffin, this is not the time to get Lane Kiffin in your building, knowing that he's going to be going for it on fourth down and throwing the kitchen sink at you, and y'all ain't figured out what in the hell y'all supposed to be doing yet. This is the wrong time to be playing Lane Kiffin. It's just so many glaring issues. I'm gonna go with Alabama to win the game. I think that's more my heart than my mind. But this is not a game where you try to go and figure stuff out either. They got to be what they're gonna be to beat Ole Miss. I don't care if it's at home. Lane Kiffin smells blood in the water. There might actually be blood in the water. I'm going with the home team, but I'm not confident about it at all. And not to mention the fact that, one game, this is one game that if Bama happens to put together the type of performance that they need to win this game, that they could springboard in a positive way, right? If they take an L, man, I know the city of Tuscaloosa and the state of Alabama and all the fans and everyone who's been following this dynasty for all these years, 17 years, we're going to sit up here and we're going to say, thank you, Nick, for all the good years. I appreciate what you did. But let's not be Bobby Bowden. It looked like it's time to go, man. And I'm not saying that's the case. But with a loss, the narrative all of a sudden really, really changes. This could be really bad if they lose. It could be really good if they win. There's a lot of pressure on Nick Saban and the Alabama Crimson Tide. I got him with the win, but, man, there's a lot riding on this.
And I'm right there with you. I'm in a truly confused state as a Bama fan. I really don't say that as in a joking way. I really am serious when I say that. I know I'm laughing, but I'm really serious. And what I mean by that is I hope that it comes out that Milroe was suspended. I truly hope. Because if what we saw in Tyler was what Nick Saban's been seeing, he might have lost a step, because I don't know why the hell he was on the goddamn field and he couldn't even throw 10, 15-yard passes. Now I'm going to give the whole Bama team an excuse here. I'm going to throw one out there. I don't know if our comment section or our fans are going to like this one, but because of the weather, I don't think Alabama had the traction to get going early in the game how they wanted to. And it was understanding of when we got down, we couldn't get back up. Our momentum got down. We couldn't get our momentum back up. And that's not something that I think they should be proud of either. I think it's something they should worry about. There's going to be a lot of times throughout the season, especially with Milroe as our quarterback, where our momentum is going to get down in a sudden change. And we have to keep it up. Now, not looking at last week too much, because that was overall an embarrassing performance. I know we won the game, but it was embarrassing. To me, our quarterback situation is a deeper problem than what people are even, to me, alluding to. Why is that? It's because, one, is no true development going on from the beginning of the season until now. I feel like they're still making the same type of mistakes we saw them make in the A game. Like, okay, cool, we got to get this moving in a better position, and we're not going to go anywhere. Now, as forms of this game right here versus Ole Miss, Lane Kiffin, like you said, Sean, is not the type of head coach that's going to take anything light on Bama. He's not going to say, oh, y'all going through woes. Well, let me just come out there with a bland game plan and see if we can come out there with a win. He knows he's coming into a stadium that's going to be fired up. He knows to win this game, he has to take shots, a lot of shots early. That's so much fear in Bama to me. For Bama. Positive points for Bama. I think the defense is where we need it to be at this point in the season. In the aspects of they come up big when they need to. Are they defense that's going to play shutdown for 4 quarters straight? No, they're not. But they are coming up big when they need to. This game right here, I think it's going to be about 2 overall things. Quarterback play and the turnover differential. To me, Milroe, I understand you're the starter. I'm happy you're the starter. Do I think you're going to be the starter for the whole season? To me, no, because your turnover problem is not something most quarterbacks fix with a snap of a finger. It usually lingers on until you overall develop in an offseason to stop doing those mistakes. But the turnover battle is something I think our defense can take advantage of. We had some turnovers last week. I know a couple of them got taken off the board, but we had turnovers last week that made that game more positive to me from a defensive standpoint. Our cornerbacks are going to get challenged. Our safeties are going to get challenged. Can we come up to it? I think we overall can. I got Bama winning this one by at least 10. I think a late touchdown, an overall a field goal is going to put it over the top for Bama, and as of getting out the way. But this one, I'm truly don't even know what to really predict for this one. I truly don't. Ole Miss is the type of team that will take advantage of this game. I can't even get to say that we're going to lose this out of my mouth, but I'm so interested to watch this team come to play. I'm truly interested in watching it come to play. What you think, man?
I'll tell you what, this is an interesting game. When it comes to Bama, I think both of y'all are right quarterback situations. Milroe, in my opinion, I won't say both of y'all because I think, Drew, you're not a fan of him. I think Milroe at this point is your best option. You've seen what the other guys had to give out there, albeit it was bad weather and all of that. But this is something that they've been seeing ever since the spring or even before spring that says, hey, there's a reason he's selected as the guy going forward again, because they've seen more than we have, and I gotta trust their judgment. Now, one thing that I will say is, in regarding both of these teams, with Ole Miss, you know what you're getting offensively. You know what you're getting from Jackson Dart. You know what he's bringing to the table. You know what type of offense and team they're bringing forward offensively. Alabama is the one that so far through the season, I don't know what they are trying to make their identity to be offensively. They don't know if they want to be a power run team like they advertised in the offseason. They don't know if they want to go back to taking deep shots and throwing the ball, 35 times a game. So that's the dynamic. But I do think to this day, Bama still has the better players. I think to this day, Bama definitely has the better overall coaching staff. I think having this game at home is going to help a ton. Not being a night game is okay, but 3:30 slot, you'll have your fans in there, you'll have your student section in there, you'll have all of that going for you. I think in my eyes, I trust Nick Saban in this game more so than I trust Lane Kiffin in this game. And that's why I got to go with Bama to take this one home. I do think it'll be a close game. I think it'll be a lot of back and forth. I think this is the game that every year Nick Saban always keeps, 5 to 10 plays in the back of his folder ready to pull out for this game in particular. And I think he will pull those out. But I do think even with Alabama being a 6.5 point favorite, I do agree with you, Drew. I think it'll be a 10-point win. I think it'll be a touchdown game going into the fourth. Ole Miss will kind of be out of their rocket fuel. They'll be out of their plays to kind of get down the field. The defense for Bama will be halting them on 4 and outs, and they'll get that field goal to go ahead and take it home.
Well, let me say this too before we leave this game. That's typically what Alabama does to Ole Miss and Lane Kiffin. It's a defensive squeeze first, right? Mm-hmm. Ole Miss will move the ball. He'll go for it on 4th down. They'll punt. The defense does it. But the thing I want to say is about Pete Golding. Let's not forget, you got Lane Kiffin over there, who was Bama's offensive coordinator at one point in time. You got Pete Golding, who was Alabama's defensive coordinator last year. Now, I don't think Pete Golding is a great defensive coordinator by any means, but there's a lot of familiarity over there in Oxford with what's going on in Tuscaloosa from an X's and O's perspective. That's just something else to keep in mind. It's something else that just kind of bothers me about this game, right? So yeah, a lot to worry about, but prayerfully we can pull this one out.
I got another point I want to make about our quarterback situation. To me, I understand what we went into, and I understand a week 2 big time matchup throws off trying to evaluate our quarterback situation to me, but I'm not really truly understanding why Ty can't start this game. I understand that Jalen Milroe puts us in the best position to win. I understand his athleticism. But to me, I don't think people are emphasizing his turnover problem. If we have turnovers in this game, if we have 2, we're losing. We're not winning this game. To me, that is an extreme worry to me. Now, Ty Simpson didn't look great. He didn't look great by any means. But to me, he did look like he understands what play comes in, and he understands how to execute that play.
Right.
Now, to me, that's to what our offense needs, because it goes back to like we talked about last week, Sean, when it goes into that that Coker aspect. You know, who that type of quarterback who can really just be a true game manager and move our offense up and down the field. Now, Milroe can do it. Now, I hope this offensive play calling from our brand new coordinator is sheltered around what Jalen Milroe does best. If he does that, I would truly be a fan of him. But I see Milroe dropping back in protection so many times as a drop back quarterback, and I know he's not doing that. Every time he does that, I'm worried about the other team coming up with the ball. Ole Miss is going to have those opportunities where they're going to try to put him in situations where they're going to mess with his eyes, as in getting him to not truly understand what he's seeing on the field. Lane Kiffin knows quarterbacks. He knows when he has a good quarterback, and he knows when he has a bad quarterback. I think he understands why he's talking a little more favorably in the course of this game, that he understands how to get in the head of a bad quarterback, which is what Bama is suffering with. Milroe, this is your last shot to me. If Milroe loses this game, I don't think he's coming back into the starting line. That's my true expert analysis. Tyler Buckner, no, you're not it. But I think it's between Milroe and Ty understanding who overall can execute the offense to the best. Because I know, Sean, you watch it just as close as I do. To me, from your point, why do you think that Nick Saban won't go in the form of Ty in this game and goes back to Milroe?
Man, I really don't know. I'm with you. I do think that this is probably Milroe's last hurrah to either have the job or not have the job. The truth of the matter is, there's a true freshman down there who's probably the best quarterback in the room. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out how come if he's scared to burn his red shirt or what, I don't know. He may need to be the one to come in. But again, play calling. Where's the screen passes?
Right.
Where are the bubble screens, the tunnel screens, the passes that you can throw in there, easy completions, but you're actually getting blockers downfield. You know, I don't see Tommy Rees doing that kind of stuff.
It's confidence builders for your quarterback.
Right. It gets a quarterback that's struggling moving a little bit. He wants to come out and run a 15-yard dig, with pressure coming at Milroe.
Even outside of that, where's your designed quarterback runs?
Right.
I watched so much of Jalen Hurts just because he's one of my favorite players to come through. Yeah. But I was where Jalen Hurts lined up in the backfield. Carl Hike, the whole team that's on the field runs to the right and he's behind him. Like, where is that at with Milroe? To me, I don't think that we're putting him in the best positions. No. And if we're putting him in what Bama wants the position to be, he's not going to succeed that. He's not going to match up to what Bryce Young was. He's not going to match up to what Mac Jones was, even Tua, because they were passers first. We need to go back and look at that redshirt freshman year for Jalen and understand what is our best offense looking like with a true running quarterback. Now, if teams come and defend that, cool, we can switch it up then, but don't come out in the first quarter looking like, okay, let's try to be this true spread offense, drop back, passing down the field, passing 10 to 15 yards with Milroe. He's overall staring receivers down. He's overall throwing it to the wrong color team in times when we don't need it, which puts our defense in positions to make mistakes, to give up touchdowns, to give up that type of game because we're in short field. Lane Kiffin's going to take advantage of all that. Let us turn over the ball. I promise you, we're going to be in it for a long day, and it's going to be embarrassing. Now, overall, Bama fandom, do not give up on Bama if we lose this game. Do not give up on Nick Saban if we lose this game. Because I promise you, this year is going to be kind of a transition year and an experience year for that team that's coming next year. That team that's coming next year is going to have all the pieces on the board to go win the national championship. So now, to me, it's just about executing the offense, executing the defense, and learning experience. I think that's one of our biggest issues too as well. We have a new quarterback with a brand new team around him that really haven't had too much experience in what we're going through. So I think Bama can win this one, but overall it's going to be a chess match between what we can execute and what we're not going to be able to execute. I'm just ready to watch it. I'm going to be locked and loaded for that game right there.
Yep, same here.